Hi Scorpio, this is Nyandra from Truth is Chain Tarot, and I'm here to do your summer solstice reading. First, I want to say thank you to all the people who liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. And so let's get started. So summer solstice consists of Cancer season, Leo season, and Virgo season. So let's start with Cancer season, which is from June 20th to July 21st, 22nd. Alright, so your whole message for this time period is reflect and sun. So it's just basically talking about reflecting on yourself, reflecting on the patterns and habits that you inhabit that either that lead to you decentering yourself, that lead to you kind of not allowing yourself to just be. Who doesn't allow you just to be? Is what I'm getting. Yeah, it's just really talking about reflecting how you can be the center of your own life. So let's get to the tarot cards here. You have the Five of Wands in reverse, the Six of Swords, and the Tower. So definitely it's like I said, you're reflecting on yourself. Here with the Wands is dropping the conflicting ideas, thoughts that other people are projecting onto you or that you're internalizing that have to do with, that don't align with who you want to be or who you know yourself to be. Or even if you don't really know yourself to be that way, meaning like you still have a bit of self-awareness work to do. It's just asking you to discern what thoughts are helping you become yourself and what thoughts are not, or what projections people are saying and what's not. So able here with the Six of Swords here to move forward with the maybe there was a conflict that happened at the beginning of Cancer season and you're trying to release sort of the conflicting thoughts, the sort of thing that happened that just completely went against thing that happened, or somebody said that completely went against what you said, what you think about yourself. And with the with the Six of Swords, it's taking that information from that situation and using it as a bridge to move forward. So you're able to, here with the Tower, just be able to navigate any situations that completely have crumbled or will completely crumble. So maybe there's a false self that you've been living in, and this information that these actions from other people or from yourself to release it, or releasing those people, will allow you to navigate whatever residual situations that are going to completely crumble. The foundation of that false self is going to completely crumble, and the ruins of it will allow you to be able to not the ruins of, I guess the ruins that will allow you to rebuild yourself the way that you actually are, is what I'm getting. And your advice card here is the Eight of Swords. So you're feeling like you're in maybe you feel like you want to release these people, you want to release these mindsets and just move forward, but there's a part of you that feels like you're kind of trapped in a cage. Like there is this, you see here, this beautiful tower that it has a solid foundation, has some reality, but you feel like you don't have access to it. Or maybe you feel like you don't have access to being able to like release these people, release these things. Regardless, the tower is going to come crumbling down, and these ideas and thoughts that you've been attached to are just going to be forced to, you're going to be forced to let them go. Alright, and it's saying like, just let go. You're not trapped, is what your advice is here with the Eight of Swords. So for Leo season, which is May 22nd, 23rd, May, oh my gosh, which is July 23rd to August 22nd, your overall message is deceit and simplicity. So what I'm getting is that you're kind of in the mind space where you kind of, what I'm getting is that you're kind of looking behind, kind of looking over your shoulder. You're just like, is that person for real? Is that person really legitimate? Like, starting to second guess or question something. But it's saying here is just the overall theme is just to keep it simple. To keep it simple. And what that means to me is just like, when something doesn't appear to be like a reality, you might be your own projections, or maybe It is your intuition, but in order to be able to discern that, you're going to have to keep it simple and really be objective about the information that you're receiving. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what it is. So your tarot cards here are the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So definitely with the Four of Pentacles present, it's talking about being, with the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, it's being vulnerable to being like, wrong. Because with the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups here in reverse, it's talking about disappointments and releasing disappointments. Releasing regrets, releasing guilt, anything like that. And with the Four of Pentacles, oh, sorry, my eyes are dying. So with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, it's talking about releasing any sort of past, disappointments, maybe past relationship disappointments, past friendship disappointments, and allow yourself to be vulnerable here. And with the Page of Wands, like sort of the catalyst for that is some sort of communications or messages around a passionate connection, a project, whatever, some sort of thing that seems very like maybe too good to be true, or maybe it just seems really overwhelmingly passionate and fiery and just has all this potential and forward movement, and then it's just asking you in order to carry that forward movement, continue that forward movement, to release any disappointments and allow yourself to be a receiver of that information, a receiver of that passion. Because with your advice card here, it's the it's the Nine of Cups. So this is the Nine of Cups is about wishes being true, wishes coming true. But in order to be a receiver here, you can see this baboon is just sitting here, and there's the two pillars, the white pillar and the dark pillar, and it's like this ascendance. In order to be for your wishes to come true, you have to be ready to receive them. You have to be ready to be open to them. This baboon is just sitting here and has like faith in the circumstances, and that's what will really allow you to have your wishes to come true. Having faith. All right, so your overall message for Virgo season, which is from August 23rd to September 22nd, is fear and self. So there might be some self-sabotaging habits and patterns that you're still in the works of releasing. And a lot of them has to do with maybe fear of your own potential. A fear of like your true self being, like I said, your foundation of your true self is completely crumbled, or their false self is completely crumbled, and then your true self is being exposed, and there's some fear around it. Fear around being seen as who you truly are. Yeah, and there's probably this desire to kind of run away. Is what I'm getting. Desire to run away from yourself or anybody who's mirroring yourself. So that could be people, friendships that are exhibiting the same patterns and habits that you are, and you see that and you just want to run away from it, as opposed to kind of deal with it, deal with your own thoughts around it. Or like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that someone could be acting a certain way and you see yourself in those behaviors, or you don't even realize that you see yourself in behaviors, or like you have to kind of see what your responsibility in the situation is what I'm trying to say. You see someone acting a certain way, but what is your responsibility in that situation? All right, so your tarot cards here are the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Nine of Cups here in reverse, the Queen of Swords here in reverse, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, so there's an opportunity, a missed opportunity, or an opportunity. Okay, so there's an opportunity for your dreams to come true. Like I said, the Nine of Cups is here again, but in order to receive your dreams, you're gonna have to like be open to them. And with the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Swords is not open. It's thinking from the head. It's thinking solely from the head. It's solely from a logical way, not really opening the heart. So, I mean, when you're basically what it's saying, your obstacle to getting these sort of dreams, your obstacle to being a receiver, like I said earlier, is being vulnerable, and this is what the Queen of Swords really has a lot of trouble doing. But this vulnerability in particular has to do with a connection, a friendship or an opportunity. It seems like an opportunity that you are trying to manifest, but it doesn't seem to be finding any sort of solid ground. And with the Hangman in reverse as your advice card here, is talking about it's really talking about, it is talking about being vulnerable here, allowing yourself to be kind of have an outpour of an emotion, not holding it back in. And that is what it's going to allow you to have a different perspective for things that move forward. Because with the Hangman in reverse, it's the stagnant energy. But in order for that stagnation, that blockage, that wall needs to come down, so that stagnation isn't continued. That isn't like, stagnation isn't what here with the, it's not, it seems like what you perceive to be grounding energy is actually stagnation. Like this slow process that is not allowing you to have a different perspective that involves you being emotionally outpouring, emotionally vulnerable, I guess. So, alright, so that's your reading. If you like a personal reading from me, email me at truthexchangetarot@gmail.com. And I also have full moon and new moon readings that I do every month on my Instagram, at truthexchangetarot, or on my website, truthexchange.com. So check it out. So yeah, thanks for watching. Blessings.